Hello and welcome to my Friday. I'm sitting here with wet hair. I've just had a bath and hair wash actually, except I haven't dried my hair because it's so hot. I don't want to hair dryer it, so just scruffed it back for now. This is not the done outfit of the day either. I've got a gig later and it's a semi-Indian gig actually, so I'm going to wear my really fancy dress because while it doesn't look Indian, I think it's the most fitting of all my outfits. Been sitting here going through my to-dos of the day. Somebody in tonight's band's got COVID. So yeah, we had a mad scramble yesterday morning to find replacements because the person that's got COVID does 2 jobs basically. So if he's not available, we have to get 2 people because he does the calling and the sound because he's a bit brilliant. There are not that many brilliant people that are that brilliant out there, but anyway, he's one of them. So we wish him well. He's not doing too bad from what I gather. But anyway, IB is coming to the rescue with my other band that he's not anything to do with, but he is tonight. So he's going to come and do the PA for that, and we got somebody else calling, yeah. So it'll be fine. Anyway, I don't have to leave for that for a few hours. I think I've got like 3.5 hours or something before I've got to leave. I've got to do lots of practicing of different things on my flute, and I've got to pack, and this has thrown me into chaos because normally I would just get dropped off after the gig, but that's not a possibility now. So I'm going to go home with IB and spend a few days with him because I've got 3 consecutive gigs now with 3 different lineups. And so I've got to think carefully about what I need for every single gig with regards to, you know, bits of paper, instruments, because I play different instrument. I play whistle as well on the Sunday one, so I've got to make sure meticulously check that I've got all the right equipment and everything for those. I put my suitcase back in the loft, didn't I, from London? I might get it back down, I don't know. I'm going on the train to meet IB, so that case isn't the best for trundling long distances, so I might put stuff in my shopping trolley. I know it looks a bit sad, but it's very effective. And it's okay on the train, it'll squeeze in. It's been such a busy time. I mean, it's great from an earning perspective and I enjoy it. It's exhilarating doing lots of gigs and seeing everybody and hanging out and seeing all different places, but God, my house is going to rack and ruin. In a way, I'm almost looking forward to the autumn so that I can just give it a good clean up because oh my goodness. I keep like walking past things and think, oh, the top of the radiator is covered in dust. Oops, you know, it's just little things like that and bits of clutter building up. Anyway, I'm not going to do it today. While I think of it, here's one of my little organisation thingies that I do when I'm working out my travel logistics. Obviously I don't drive, so it always involves train times or bus times, things like that. So I tend to write them on a sticky note and then I stick them on the relevant page in the diary, and then on the day when it's time to go, I peel it off and I stick it in my back pocket, like folded up so the sticky doesn't be a problem, and then I can just whip it out and check as I'm going along then. And before I go any further, I just wanted to say a big thank you to the person that bought me 5 coffees. Thank you so much. I was out in my garden yesterday chatting to my neighbour and I asked her could she hear me playing the flute at all, and she said she couldn't hear it at all. She didn't even know I played the flute. So there we are. Somebody did ask me a while ago, have I asked my neighbours if they mind? Well, the thing is, I bought this place because it had a practice room down here. So, you know, if they say, oh yes we do mind, what am I going to do? I have to sell my house and move, you know, because I have to practice. So yeah, they can't hear it. Basically, that side, they're so noisy. The noise I might make would pale into complete insignificance. They don't play loud music, they've just got very, very noisy children and they're having an absolute blast when they're there shouting at the top of their voices up to about 1 in the morning. Anyway, that's all right, I don't mind that. That side, they just keep moving out and more people come. Like, they've got such fast turnaround. It seems like every few months there's a different family in there and every single one has been lovely. So I've gradually sort of got to know most of them. Not so much the first couple. There was, well, I say couple, it was a mother and grown-up son, like an older mother and a son. They were there and then they moved out and somebody else came. Then it was a young couple who I'd say were in their 20s with a baby, and they're like, I don't know if it's the age gap or what, I'd sort of say hello to them and they were like, didn't know what to make of me really. But all the rest, yeah, have been very chatty and friendly. Right, I better get on. I just spent a quick 20 minutes just revising the new ones for tonight. They're not that new, we used to play them years and years ago, so it was just a matter of revising those. Actually, we were supposed to do it at the last like few gigs, but for some reason they keep getting forgotten about in the night, you know, in the moment when we're concentrating on sort of doing the job of work, as it were. But anyway, I'm going to take that folder with me and put it at my feet, and hopefully it'll remind me to remind people. Next thing I'm going to do is just quickly run through all the tunes I've tagged for tomorrow night's gig, potentially. And I'm hoping to club at IB tomorrow, so that hopefully we can go through in the day and just put them into proper sets. I think he'll be up for it. He usually is up for that sort of thing. So that's my next job now. Even if I just play through the tune once to make sure that I can remember it. I literally just can't stress enough how well little and often works for me for batch learning a lot of repertoire in a short amount of time, like maybe, you know, 30-40 tunes in 2 weeks, something like that. Little and often, just trying to do one from start to finish, from initial looking through to mastery. It's just going to go again. Bed it in, little by little, every single day. That's the way it works for me. And it fits in with like learning principles and things that learned scholars have come up with, so yeah. I'm going with it. Right, I better get on with it, ain't I? That has taken me exactly 1 hour to the minute. So I've whizzed through that folder. I omitted some that I was absolutely confident that I didn't need to go through. Gone through the lot. I'm sure I can do them all from memory relatively okay. So yeah, we're making progress. And you know, 2 days ago I was feeling so overwhelmed and stressed out about this. I just thought, I just don't even know where to start just to get it up to some kind of workable level for this weekend. But I have ploughed through, and I'm feeling proud of myself, and got over the collie wobbles that I had initially. Hopefully now, over the next few weeks, when I'm at IB's, we'll start to record these just in a rough way. I'm hoping to get like a click track and just a drone with one note, because the thing is with the flute is you can wander off the pitch if you don't have a pitch to sort of lock into. It's so easy to go up and down with the flute. It's not like a piano or something where the note just is what the note is, you know. You've got a lot of potential variation, fluctuation, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, hopefully we'll start to, even if it's just one at a time, start to record them and then send them off to the guitarist in the band so he can have a listen, get his imagination working on it, and see if he wants to come up with an arrangement of some sort. He might not have time. He was expressing a very great interest in doing this a while ago, like a month and a half ago. He might be too busy at the moment. I wouldn't be surprised if he is. But anyway, I just want to make a start, because time for some new tunes in the band. Definitely. I think I'm going to pack up my music stuff now for all 3 bands while I'm sort of down here and it's all kind of fresh in my mind. Oh, you know my prepper supply? It got a bit more preppery. I've been meaning to do this for ages. I got a friend who lives locally. She says she always keeps a few of these bottles of just still water unopened under the stairs, because she says if the water ever gets cut off, she's got that peace of mind that they will have fresh drinking water for the family members. And these were £1.50 for 4. I had a shopping delivery yesterday when I wasn't vlogging, so for £3 got all that. Look, 16 litres. All this stuff about droughts in the news kind of prompted me to remember it, I think. It feels actually boiling coming out of my loft and into the front room. It's so much warmer up here than down there. The lounge is honestly keeping quite cool compared to everywhere else. It's 26.9 here. Let's see what we've got in the garden. 30.3 in the kitchen, and you probably saw I am just keeping my blinds shut in the heat wave when we've got the full sun on it, just to try and keep it a little bit cooler in here. Right, okay, what we got in the shade? 33. In the sun, oh, blinking heck, 50.7. I've got my gig stuff ready anyway. Flute, whistle, because I'll need that on Sunday. A belt, because if I'm wearing a dress, I've got nothing to clip my power supply onto for my mic, so have to put a belt on the dress. That's for tonight, that's for tomorrow, that's for the day after, and of course my miking up gear. I need to stop and make some lunch, so I'll pack the rest later. I'm going to have some potato cakes because I'm heating up the stew I made yesterday, and there's not very much of it. It's been in the fridge, it has. In this weather, everything's just going in the fridge as soon as it's cooled down. Don't want to risk it going off in this high temperature. Anyway, it was amazing. It made me even feel like making a cooking video come the autumn, and I got a bit more time to take things a bit slower in the house during the day. I'd say some of the main contributors to that taste is Marmite, grated ginger, and a lot of crushed garlic all in one, so those 3 things combined. And there's a lot of potato chopped into tiny lumps as well, which I put in first with the oil. And I put whole things in, like coriander seeds and cumin seeds as well, so they really infuse beautifully. And there are those black-eyed beans that came in the jar as well from Lidl. They're kind of saltier and kind of taste creamier somehow than the normal ones that you get in the UK. They're different texture, they're more mushy. I was just turning the gas off there. I was thinking, oh, that's done. Save the gas, because I've been watching, like a lot of us, you know, on the news about these rising energy prices. And I've got to be honest, I'm in a state of total, utter, like, I can't take it in as a real thing. I feel a sense of utter disbelief about the whole situation, and I know that's ridiculous, but somehow it just can't seem to penetrate into my being that it's real, because it just seems so ridiculous. It's gonna be like, oh, well, we just can't have any heating or fuel to cook. What are we gonna do, just buy tinned food and eat it under a duvet? Well, here's my lunch anyway. The reason I did these was because there was a bit of a scant serving. I put a bit of cheddar cheese on as well for good measure. Oh my god, we've broken the digital thermometer with the hot sun. 88.8. It's just 888888. Look, I think we've fried it. That's never happened before. 35 in the shade. It's a bit above as well, actually. 35 and a bit. I've got to go out soon as well in this. I made it onto the train. Look, I was so hot I broke open the pop as soon as I got to the platform. We still had some time to wait, the train was slightly late. Got my trolley wedged in. I know, not very sexy, but there we are. Got heavy gear to carry. Rucksack, camera bag, sun hat. I'm gonna arrive at this gig sweaty and dishevelled, but I expect everybody will be, to be honest. Time for a bit of language learning on the train, because why not? There was no way I was wearing tights in this weather, but I've got an unusual phenomenon now because I've got bare legs, which I never have. I'm sweating so much behind my knees, but there's like a draft coming up the train, so I'm getting like these cool bits behind my knees. It's very unusual. Yeah, excuse the great white British legs there. Absolutely convinced there was a dog on the train, and every so often it was going like that, and I thought it was just hot or something. I thought, oh, poor dog. And then I noticed there was a real pattern to its voice and the melody. I don't know if you can hear that. It seemed to be very similar every time, and it's the toilet door opening and shutting. That's what it is. It wasn't a dog at all. Anyway, I'm getting off in a minute. I got up too soon. I thought I was about to get off. Let's see if my boyfriend's waiting for me in the car park then. Hopefully he is. I haven't seen him all week because he's been away. I don't see him. Maybe he's been caught up in traffic. We've got plenty of time though. We always allow for plenty of time, so it's no panic if he's a bit late. What a scorcher. Yeah, admittedly the dress doesn't go with the hat, but you know, I haven't got a sun hat to go with every outfit. I've been picked up and we've got plenty of time. We're on our way. Okay, we think we're at the right one. We hope we're at the right one because we got 6 minutes till we need to get in, so oh, look at this view. Lovely scene of serenity after the crazy frenzy that I just had a bit of a panic. We put the postcode into the sat nav and we were going through these magnificent majestic gates thinking, I'm sure this isn't the right hotel, and sure enough it wasn't. So I ran in my dress and saw the names on the board of the happy couple. I thought, that's not our happy couple. Spoke to somebody who was sweeping some confetti off the carpet in there, and she gave me directions to this place. So yes, we are now in the right place, and we came rushing up. We had to go in through some loading bay downstairs, go into a really sort of industrial sort of lift, got all the PA and everything in a cage trolley, and came bursting in a panic, and they're overrunning by 40 minutes. So panic over. I can relax now, just enjoy this lovely view and wait until we get summoned to go in and then set up in a calm manner. Yay! This is where we are at the moment, waiting. Here's our PA, look, in a cage. I was moving it all by myself and I was like, oh, I'm moving the whole PA on my own, and then things started to fall off it and I had to come along, and I was literally gripped onto it like this, and things were leaning up against me about to fall off, and he had to come to the rescue. And here is the next room. My bee's standing here with his handheld fan. And down there, just underneath us, is a gym with all people on treadmills and equipment and stuff. Very fancy. That's the sort of art that makes me want to touch it. It's lit from above, so it's like quite well lit because of the shadows formed in that textured bit. We're still waiting, sitting on these sofas in this little ante-chamber or whatever you want to call it. I'm lamenting the fact that in my panic and haste to get everything in that trolley and up the lift, I put my sandwiches in the shopping trolley and left it in the car. I'm flipping hungry now. We've got to do the gig, but we are getting fed afterwards, so high hopes for that. I've resorted to eating the Mawam pinballs left over from the London trip. There's a wasp in here and it's going to people in turns, circling around them and sort of going dangerously close and then moving on to the next person. We're set up. We're going to be starting playing soon. They're not in the room at the moment, as you can see. Obligatory buffet shot. Yummy, yummy. We're poised and ready to do 2 more dances and then that's it. We're packing up and going home. It's freezing in here. They got the aircon up really high and I left my cardigan in the car because I didn't think I was going to get cold, and I am. First time since the heat wave. I'm particularly impressed with Sel's bright pink socks this evening. A sartorial highlight, if you ask me. We are leaving. There goes the cage full of the PA. His Lordship's gone to get the car. No, I'm not sitting on your water. He's groping around trying to get water from under my backside. It's definitely not under there. Oi! Hello, I'm back at my boyfriend's house now. We got in, what time is it? Just now. It's 25 to 12. This was not the early finish we were anticipating, but we went with the flow. We're going to chill out for a bit now and then go to bed. Thank you so much for watching this video. Could you please give it a like if you liked it? It really helps the channel to grow. I appreciate that. And if you're new and want to follow more of my stories, do hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!